I would like to request Rruve Mantha sir. Like he's the COO and advisor to multiple companies, as well as he mentored 100 to 150 startups, and he's also our previous speaker. So who is in journey with us from past four seasons. So I would like to request him to speak a few words with all the audience.
Thank you, guys. Very good morning to you all. No energy here. It really looks like you didn't have breakfast. Okay. Hi. Good morning. Yeah, good. Now I get a lot of enthusiasm and energy. When I look at you people like this. Point number one. My name is Rruve Mantha, as Akash has been telling. I carry about 26, 27 years of global experience in international business development, human resources, talent acquisition, global hiring, and mentoring startups. Mentoring startup has been there for more than 2 decades for me. Today, what we are seeing something called a T-Hub. How many of you know T-Hub? Great. So last 5-6 years, we are seeing T-Hub, right? Even before the inception of T-Hub, I was invited to a great legendary institution called IIIT. You know IIIT, right? And we have a Vindhya block in IIIT. Vindhya E block, to be more precise. Even last week I was going there where, we invited police, Commissioner of Police Sajjanar sir, and also, Care Hospitals chairman, Mr. Somaraju, where they presented me the book of APJ Abdul Kalam's Wings of Fire, which was a new this thing. I used to go there where there are not many, but about 30, 40 startups were there. I'm talking about 15, 18 years back. I think then you were doing your 9th or 10th class by then. Okay. So I was mentoring the startups on every Sunday. I used to go in the morning, 10 o'clock, because they used to invite me, spend 2-3 hours with them, have lunch with them, understand what are the issues, concerns that they have. They have great ideas. The major problem I could see is a sense of direction. They don't know which path to take. They don't know where to go, what to approach, whom to talk, how to take it. So there are basically 2-3 things that I wanted to tell you guys. How many of you are in the early stages, just started with, ideation, idea kind of a thing? How many of you are student entrepreneurs? Final year, second year BTechs, doing your, 50% of them. Okay. In the startups, I think my predecessor, I think Vivek as well as, Sumit, has fantastically talked so well, so deeply, and made a lot of companies success. And in conjunction and also complementing to them, there are 2-3 things that I wanted to also tell you is that there are 2 kinds of startups. There are 2 kinds of startups. Point number 1. One startup which is done by people like you, correct? Who are all early stages with zero experience, 2-3 years, in the final year, second year, you get a lot of income because you are now being supported by your parents. Okay. So you don't have the hardships, your skin is not in the game, your blood is not in the game, your sweat is not in the game. You can take a chance because you always have a cushion to fall back. Correct? Correct. So if nothing happens in 1 year, you're not going to lose anything. Okay, you still have a father and mother to take care of you. That's point number 1 startup. The second startups are something where people like us, who has got at least, 20 years, 2 decades of experience. We have seen the corporate world. We have worked with different companies. I worked with Tech Mahindra. I worked with Dell. I worked in different multinational companies as a vice president, as a CXO, as a global head. So we have seen the market. And I've hired across in the US, North America, and also 17 countries in the Europe and also UK. I know what it is. So people like us actually coming out from the corporate setup and doing a startup. So this is the second startup I'm talking about. While I respect both of them, everything has got its own pros and cons, but it's better if you do a startup in the beginning of your career because you have an edge over the others. Reason being, you have age. Your age is 22, 23. You still can run for another 2 to 3 years of time. Yes or no? That is a major advantage. A person with around 40 years or 35, already married, having 2 kids, will not be in a position to, I'm not saying everyone, I'm telling some sect of the people will not be in a position to take that risk of running and keeping their family, stay hungry, stay foolish kind of thing. Correct? So you have an edge over others. That's the first advantage that you got. And the second thing is, whenever you do a startup, don't do a startup just because of your neighbor is doing, your friend is doing, your classmate is doing. It has become a fashion statement today. Because I've been meeting, trust me, in the last 15, 20 days, 1 month, I've met more than 200 startups. Many of them came to me. I talked to them. They invited me. We had coffee together. They were all saying we started, and half of them do not even know why they started the startups. It's a tragedy. Why you're starting? They don't know. They don't have an answer. Last week I was there in Oro Orbit Mall with that startup Confluence, where I was the keynote speaker. It was also there in LinkedIn. If you look at my LinkedIn, Rruve Mantha, he has invited me. I was a keynote speaker talking to 30 to 35 startup founders, 6 months to 1 year experience in startup. Some of them don't know why they're starting it. Some of them don't know their target audience. Some of them don't know what kind of problem they're solving. The first thing that you need to do is, when you do a startup, question to yourself, why am I doing this startup? Is it a fashion statement? Or I want to show off to the public that I am a startup? No. End of the day, as he rightly said, Vivek, if it's not feeding you, what's the point? Your startup should be able to get you the money in the next 4 months, 6 months, 8 months, 1 year at least. You know what is the revenue of Lenskart? I'll give you real life examples, because I've studied more than 300 case studies, and I've also done a lot of mergers and acquisitions. I've also done investor pitches. I've been part of some companies where I went and presented the investor pitch to somebody. Before you get an investment, an investor, how many pitches you look at it? Does anybody understand what's an investor pitch? How many of you know what is an investor pitch? Only one, two, obviously. An investor pitch is a document. An investor pitch is a document that you are proposing to get some kind of funding to your company. Okay? To your company. For example, as said, as little as 20 lakhs to 20 crores of rupees that you want, you are giving in the form of a paper to the investor, saying that this is my pitch. And it's followed by a PowerPoint template. 1, 2, 3, 4. What is your idea? Where is your market segment? What is the people you're looking at? How much money you want? And most important, when you can give the exit to the customer. 18 months, 24 months, 30 months, or 4 years. If I see a value in your product, if I trust you, if I trust your team, I see, yes, this is a viable product. When I do a viability study, you understand about the viable study? Understand that? When I look at the market, is it a SaaS product, or is it a tech product, or is it an AI product, or is it a cyber security? I would like to see next 3 years, will I have, if I'm investing X amount of rupees, will it go to 10x? Even if I don't want 10x, can I at least come out with 5x of in the next 2 to 3 years of time? So do I trust you as a person, your founder, your commitment levels, your fire in the belly, and your team member who are with you, your founder, your BIT classmate or IIT classmate, your commitment, how serious you are to go with the product. Do you have that commitment with you to take it? Today, most of the startups fail, where do they fail? In the last minute, one of the founder withdraws. In the last minute, because he's not getting the enough money, he will say, no, enough is enough. There is a peer pressure, there is a family pressure, there is a parental pressure, and society pressure. Parents say, your neighbor or your cousin is already working in IBM. He already bought a car. He already bought a. Trust me, guys, trust me. I have gone through all these things about 30 years back. Your parents will be the first people to distract you, to discourage you. If your parents are discouraging you, that is your first step to success. Honestly, I'm telling you. When I started my startup long back, only my father supported me. That's it. All they said, this is what they said. Vadiki picha. He left a job in Tech Mahindra. Satyamlo job ostunda. He left a job. I was getting you won't believe my salary. 8,500 rupees in 30 years, almost 25 years back. Now it's equal to something like 8 lakhs a month. Why did he leave the job? Lady wanted to start something. Is he mad? This is the word.
Doing both the things.
Yes.
Job just to, like,
Yes.
but how that
Which one?
But parents are out away doing job and trying this. Just try. If you fail, then you can come back to job. That's the most good.
You're lucky. Like my dad, who also said that, let him try for 1 year. He told me this. You try for 1 year, nothing works out, but don't be blind to opportunities. If you get something, yes, you get it. But most of the parents, or even especially mothers, says, Yenduku, why all these things? Get a job, Nora. Yenduku ra tension, yes or no? They say that because they want their son to be having a regular income. Even 40,000 a month, no problem. But I'm getting regular. Because the so-called governmental job set mindset of the people, they are not wrong. They are not wrong. But you need to carve a niche for yourself. Then you need to convince your parents saying that, Ledamma, this is a lot of opportunity. Where you think I can get 50,000 rupees, I can get 5 lakh rupees. Convince them. Take a time. Don't disobey your parent because they are the living gods. They are the living gods. Don't disobey them. Convince them. Explain them. Show them the prospects. Then do it. Because with their support, doing it is much, much, much higher, right? Correct? That's point number one. Then have an idea which is very, very, very deep rooted and very strong. Be insanely mad. What is insanity? Being mad, right? Be lunatic. How many of you know Hindi? एक जुनून होना चाहिए. अगर जुनून नहीं है तो मत करो भाई. जॉब कर लो. आई एम टेलिंग यू, जॉब कर लो. No problem. Be mad. Be insane. Be mad. When you sleep, when you drink, when you eat, only that ideas should keep on coming to your mind again and again and again and again. For example, you wanted to do a startup either in AI or cybersecurity or in anything, for example, or construction. Only that thing should come into your mind. Not social media, not going on an evening, pub or evening, wasting your time with your friends. That is point number one. Once you have an idea fixed, try and find out if you can partner with any of your classmates who is also having like-minded like you. Another one more person would help definitely. Because I'm sure if you are so good, you'll be having some set of friends. Pick one or two guys. Say that you both guys are very good. Second thing, try to understand what problem you are solving in the society. When you're doing a startup, your startup should solve a problem. Correct? So what problem, if you want, you can note it down. Anyone know? But because again, I don't think I'll be talking so deeply. It's because of Akash and also Karthik I came here. First, what problem you are solving in society? Who are your target audience? What is the target segment? Is it you are providing services only for Hyderabad or pan India or for global? Is your product a global product? That is what you find out. Then provide the solutions and answer accordingly. And try to find out who are your competitors. Most important. And you know something, you don't have to worry if you are the 4th or 5th or 6th player in that or even 10th player in that. Google is not the first search engine, right? Is Google the first search engine? But today, when I'm talking about Google, will anybody say it's a search engine? Hey, they raise their brows. Google, it's a number one, Alphabet. It's a product-driven company, yes or no? People talk about product-driven company. People talk about either Microsoft or Google because it's a product. Nobody says search engine. And Google is the 9th or 10th search engine in the world. But how it has become number one? Correct? When you have your idea, find out your problem statement, what problems you're solving in society, and who are your target audience, whether it is local or global. Then have a strategy in place, proper strategy. Have one or two mentors, which are very, very, very critical. Today, I am mentoring 6 companies. 2 are in T-Hub, another 2 are in Vindhya Block, another 2 are people who have, in the midlife, they moved out and they started their own. One is a HR tech company, where I am the board of advisor, and other company I work as chief operating officer. So as of now, I have 6 portfolios as a board of advisor. So I keep visiting them every day almost. spending 2 to 3 hours. One is in Gachibowli, one is in Madhapur, other is in KPHB, in that, next to Lulu Mall. I spend there my time. I tell them the direction, including from taking a funding. One of my clients wanted to go for funding for 50 lakhs. Name I can't reveal because I have an NDA with them. I told them to go for 2 crores. The biggest problem with the startup is you only think that, next 12 months my kharcha is about 10 lakhs. Okay, let's ask between 10 to 12 lakhs. No. Ask for 50 lakhs. Money will help you to go places. If you have money, your thinking will be different. For example, if you have only 100 rupees in your pocket when coming to Draper House, or if you have 5,000 rupees in your pocket and coming to Draper House, your way, the talk, the walk, your composure, your psyche, everything will change. Having a 10,000 in bank balance, having a 40 lakhs in banks, will it make you very, very different? It gives you comfort, survival advantage. Next 6 months, if I don't do anything, nothing will happen. And ensure what is your USP? What is your USP? Unique selling proposition, or what is your edge over your competitors? Got it? You need to track 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all these things. Do a proper homework. Do not waste a single time. Vivekananda used to say, rise not, rest not till the goals are achieved. Unless and until you achieve these things, do not rest for a minute, not even a minute. Guys, I'm telling you, don't waste your time in Instagram Reels. They're the biggest distractors. If you are committed, what is the valuation, what is this thing of Lenskart in 2011? When Bansala started 2-3 years back, what is the revenue of Lenskart in 2011? Any guesses? Lenskart, right? Lenskart. All wearing glasses, I think they should be knowing. How much was the Lenskart revenue in 2011? Okay. Correct. Exactly. Give a big round of applause for him. Your name? Vijay. Good. 1 crore was the valuation of Lenskart in 2011. And in 2012, the revenue has gone to 8 crore. And in 2013, it is 45 crores. Suppose if Sachin was very happy, I got 8 crores and 10 crores if we shut up, today we would not have a 3,500 crore company. Correct? That is what when I say Junoon. Be unsatisfied always. When you get 500 crores, don't be happy. No, I want to make it 5,000 crores. When you reach for the stars, when you aim for stars, at least you'll not end up with the mud. You'll end up in at least in 100th floor. Got it? And recently, how many of you know Zepto? You all know Zepto. What is 4 years back Zepto? Nothing, right? Not much. And today, what is the funding they have raised? It was there, all there in social media, LinkedIn, Twitter, everywhere it is there. Yeah. How much was the funding they raised? 450 million. I am giving you real life examples. 450 millions they raised at the valuation of 7 billion. 7 billion was the valuation of Zepto. This is what I wanted you to tell you. Cut it. This is what, guys, don't give up. First of all, don't give up. How much ever you lose. How many ever times you fall, get up. That is called resilience. No matter how much pressure you have, don't give up the startup. Run for 2, 3, 4 years, you will make it success. Only when you have that intention, only when you have the drive and commitment, do this startup. And I'm sure, as Vivek has been very rightly said, I second a lot of his ideas, very good thoughts. All of you should become not only successful entrepreneurs, but even your companies should become unicorns in the next 4 years. I'm not saying it will become tomorrow. Give yourself a time. 4 years, 5 years, I want to become a unicorn and strive for that. At least handful of people will come. We are very proud of it. Make your parents proud for what you are. Okay. Thank you so much.